world of change and illusion to living in a cave. Our condition as humans, he says, is to be chained down, wearing blinders against the wall of a cave so that only the world we perceive is a wall of shadows projected from a world we cannot see. The shadows are not real. They flicker, move, and go in and out of sight. These shadowy forms have their source outside in the world of ideals. Ideals are eternal and unchanging and not perceptible to us stupid mortals. The idyllic world of eternal ideals like truth, beauty, and goodness is to Plato the place where our souls came from. Like Plato's ideals, we can't perceive our souls with our senses either, but we all have a good time when we imagine that we have one.
Or we do.
There you have it. We don't know if Plato was a beer drinker, but we do know
or you drink lots of beer and you get laid. Arr.
There it is. But we do know his teacher Socrates had a penchant for hemlock. When Socrates committed suicide, young Plato took a little trip to Egypt, the birthplace of beer, to each his own poison. But here's the point, folks. We gotta get to this thing here. There's other things we could talk about. Descartes' cross-eyed girl, but we'll save that for another moment. To simplify matters, we'll look at this marvelous tool, the brain, in 3 different ways. Check it out. 1, how the brain got made through its evolutionary tools, or genes. 2, what tools the brain uses to process experience. The tools absorbed through culture, its memes. And 3, why we appear to have a self built from our own personal histories or scenes. Here's a quote from Daniel Dennett. In the beginning there were no reasons, only causes. Nothing had purpose or function because there was nothing that had interests. What do you think about that? That's inflammatory. Interests.
I don't know, man. You're losing me, man. I just can't wrap my head around that stuff.
See what happens with all this philosophy bullshit? After a while, it's just fucking goobly-gobble.
No, I get it. I've had these crazy thoughts, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You can't think, if you think about it too much, you will lose your fucking mind.
Hey, check this out. Here's a Helen Keller quote I'll throw out at you. See what you think about it. Before my teacher came to me, I did not know that I am. I lived in a world that was no world. I cannot hope to describe adequately that unconscious yet conscious time of nothingness. Since I had no power of thought, I did not compare one mental state to another. Does that mean it's all just relative?
Well, I think she just didn't realize that she was. I guess what it is there is a reality, and you know, a lot of us just kind of skid around, not really completely in touch with it. I don't know, there's different levels of reality, you know. There's the earth reality, which is very real, you know, very basic needs, you know, I'm hungry, you know, shit like that. And, you know, but then there's like spiritual reality, you know, the mind, you know, thinking, thoughts, you know, because when you're thinking, it's not necessarily like base reality, you know, it's like you may be thinking about base reality, but you're not actually like partaking of base reality. Like you might be thinking about eating, but you're not eating. You know, you're like, oh, what am I going to eat? You know, that's like a little different than actually eating. You know, trying to elevate your taste experience through recipes and, you know, stuff like that. Like I was asking you earlier, hey, how should I make this? You know, because my brain was, you know, I couldn't make my own decision really. I wanted some insight into my dinner.
Oh, yes. I can
Some
understand
magical
that.
recipes.
Yes, yes. Collaboration. Hey,
Yeah, collaboration of heaven and earth,
there you go. Teamwork works.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, people work together, they can achieve a lot more, a higher level of physical consciousness.
Yes. Let's get physical. I wanna get physical.
No! Wrong song!
Hey. Enough of that. Enough of that shit. I don't like it.
On your leg warmers?
Yeah. Fucking headbands and leg warmers.
Richard Simmons. All right, everybody, come on. Jump up and down. Let's get some jumping jacks.
He gets so excited about it, too. He's gonna pee.
Oh, man, they got my exit closed.
What?
Wow. Fucking brutal.
Those dirty sons of bitches.
Well, maybe not, but it's fucking right before it. They got, holy shit, there's like a bunch of cop cars. Holy, what the fuck happened? Must be a fucking autopsy fucking report. I don't fucking know. Brutal.
Oh, check this out. There's this page in this thing. It's called Experiment Alley. The basic question on this one section is, do you have free will? But here's the questions they ask you about it. Can you choose what thoughts you have from one moment to the next? Can you choose how you think about something? Can you stop thinking? Can you choose how you feel? Do you think
as long as you don't have a vaccine with a microchip in it, I think it's still possible.
Do you think you should? Do you think you can have free will if you're made up of genetic instincts programmed by cultural concepts and conditioned by the events of your own past?
Yeah, what would you think about?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I was kind of out in the sticks today, and it's just like endless, like wooded area with like some crazy fucking hillbillies sprinkled in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, it would get kind of lonely out here by yourself.
Yes. Out at the crossroads.
Yeah. There's actually a place I found. We need to go there. It's down south of here, maybe an hour or so. And it's a town called Crossroads.
Beep, 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 beep,
Yep.
beep.
I think it's the spot, man. It's the place to go get inspired by the devil.
Maligba.
Yep.
Gotta offer him something in exchange. Listen to me. Listen to this question and tell me what you think about it. Legba. Do you think you're freer if you have a self that's independent of your body? A ghostly self you can't see or feel or know is real and it somehow controls what you do?
Do I? I don't fucking know.
Do you think the self is A, the totality of experience at any given moment, or B, the confused cravings of a cluster of events that thinks it's somebody?
I think this writer is trying to unhinge some people.
Oh, snap. Oh, here, check this out. How many selves do you have? When you talk to yourself, who is talking to whom? And who is it that thinks to stop that conversation? Do you have the same self you had 5 minutes ago? Do you have the same self you had yesterday or last year? Do you have the same self that once drooled, spit, and wet itself? Did you have a self that once wiggled, kicked, and turned around inside your mother's womb? If not, what was that? Or who was that?
Yeah, I'd say I've done almost a 180 flip from my original self.
I hear you. Who is the self right that is right now thinking about all those other selves you had?
How many selves can you have is the real question.
It is. How many selves do you have? How many selves? Only so many selves there can be in there. Imagining a self, where are you? If you had all your limbs cut off, would you still be you? If they put your brain in a jar and kept it alive, but you couldn't see, hear, or smell, or feel anything, where do you think you'd be? Is the saliva in your mouth you, and when does it become spit, or not you?
All very good questions.
Hey, if you cough up a big loogie, do you swallow it, as in still me, or spit it out, as in not me?
Or is it you, or is it COVID?
You know that it's always COVID.
Well, yeah, COVID is, the ultimate.
Motherfucker, ain't nothing not COVID no more.
I mean, what did they used to call it? They quit calling it the epic COVID. No, what was the word for it?
Oh, yeah, it had that stupid fucking... there's been too many terms throughout this whole thing that nobody ever wanted to know. Comorbidity. Dude, gross.
Basically the new COVID, because COVID's been around forever. It was not the epic, what the fuck is it called?
Novel.
The novel, yeah. Like...
Novel coronavirus 19.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to a doctor, and, he's pretty well educated, for a doctor, which is surprising. And, anyways, he was telling me, he's a friend of mine, he was telling me that, the coronavirus mutates so often that a vaccine won't do anything, really. I mean, you're going to need a new vaccine at least every 6 months.
Like flu, yeah, there's just a bunch of different strains, and they're kind of changing all the time, and how the hell are you going to make vaccines for that shit?
Yeah, so seems to me like there's a huge monetary incentive behind all of this, and, it's kind of disgusting, really. If you ask me, it's just my opinion.
Yeah, whole thing's fucking gross.
Yeah, it's like, as base as you can get. If you're in a base reality, this is it. You have arrived. This is what this whole experience is this year is a very base reality of human nature. I don't see many highlights in it. It's very, very primal. Just, we're gonna scare you to get your fucking money, because you don't want to spend it, or you don't want to make it, or you don't want to work, or you don't want to, a lot of different reasons. People stop spending money, you got to figure out a way to make them pay, right?
Yes.
What do they call that? That's extortion, isn't it? Isn't that what it's called?
Generally, yes. They can have have a lot of different subsets to it, but generally, yes.
Yeah, I feel like, we're being extorted as humans. I think that's the new reality, extortion.
I hear you.
Because there's always that reality that's like always there. It's like you have your own reality, you have your day to day. It's like you have your bullshit. Everybody's got their own shit, right?
Yeah.
But then there's like that other part that's not your shit, but it's being pushed upon you